Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, November 13th, 2023. My name is Giovanni Benacourt, analyst, trader, and educator with Vantage Markets. Alrighty, so we are in the open already. Market fluctuations to the downside, even though we opened with a small gap up. We have hit this high of 15,600, which is acting as psychological resistance. So the fluctuation to the downside can be contemplated, and perhaps we can come down all the way down to 15,400 to find support. Okay. Otherwise, if we continue to obviously trend lower, we're gonna revisit just a Friday's low. Now, if we do happen to find support around 15,400, then we'll make an attempt at reaching obviously Friday's high, and then we see I'm looking at a double top that was created between the September 14th and the 15th. So that could be a target if we do happen to reverse this fluctuation. Now into the S&P. The S&P itself also is showing that weakness, or that is pulling back, doing a pullback. It also opened up a small gap up. It had been closed, so 4,400 can be contemplated as that internal psychological support, where the market has obviously in the past been here as a resistance. We have obviously traded above that, so that has turned into a support. Then we look into the Dow. The Dow has been consecutively in a higher trend, even though last week was really on Friday's fluctuation covered all of last week's fluctuation, all of last week's range, if you will. So that could be a positioning today of profit taking, repositioning itself for those big players. So 34,200 has been met as a support today. Okay, that can that be revisited, or have we already reversed that pullback and looking to revisit or come back up to at least 34,500? That's what we could probably contemplate as our second option. Then we have crude oil. Crude oil, we want to be marking for this week a low of 75. If this low of 75 or support of 75 is violated, broken, we can contemplate to see 73. So for now, $78 and change is actually our resistance internally. I have mine at 81. Okay, 81 and then change. But initially, if we do happen to fluctuate above that 78.5, we can contemplate 80 to be met. Then Nat Gas has opened with a nice gap up. So will that tell us that we are going to continue to push higher? If we do, 310 will be that level of resistance initially. It can be reached, it can be broken, it probably won't. But if we do happen to pull all of this parabolic move today, right about the middle of it is 295. So we can use that as our probable support level for Nat Gas. Then we have gold that has been trending lower ever since it reached that 210, that marker, the high of 210, under $2,010. So 1920 could be that support where you could find initially the support, but I have mine at 1910-ish. Okay, for gold. The RSI is below 50, showing us a momentum to the downside. So you could probably just go with the trend, which is selling it. Then we have also silver, that it has also made a nice push to the downside. It found support right around 21 and change, 21.80, and it's pulling back now. 22 initially internally can be that resistance level for it, that is actually already above it. So let's see if it continues to pull back and at least to the open. Then we have copper that is actually just making the same range in Friday's range. So this could be bouncing itself out. Will this entitle that we're gonna come in and meet or come back to 365? It could be that momentum to the upside. Okay, or it could just start trading sideways now and just stay within the range of Fridays. price range. Bitcoin is also in a ranging situation. This is a setup for a breakout. Will it break out to the downside or to the upside? That's what we need to figure out or wait to see what could happen. We are in the overbought. We have been in the overbought territory. So odds could be, or the speculation could be to the downside. 36,000 can be that support. Then we have the currencies. Today, the euro fluctuated to 107 and it has retraced from there. Okay, did open with a small gap down. So will that continue? The momentum to the downside can it continue? Well, we got to look at the dollar index first. Then we're looking at the pound now. The British pound is also trending. It was trending higher. Now it's pulling back. It is still on the green. So let's see if 122 can be that support for if it does pull back all the way down to it. And that could happen if we see that the dollar index continues to push higher and reaches 106. If it does reach 106, you're gonna see then obviously a pullback on the currencies and the metals, or a continuation to trend or trade lower in the metals. Well, that's it for me today. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.